Smile in my shoes, listen to my blues. I stand before you, resilient, stronger than power, soft as a flower. I know the hour, I am the times. It's the strength for me, it's the strength, it's the legacy.
'Tis the season. Hi, I'm Gwen McKinney, creator and campaign director for Unerased Black Women Speak. I want to celebrate this holiday season with all of you with our show today. And the theme for our December show is really claiming our space. And we've got a lot of short and sweet treats for you. And I'm happy to say that it includes an ugly sweater celebrating the Christmas season. Also, what are students on Howard University's campus thinking? And our roving reporter, Rebbie Davis, goes out and reaches out to some of her colleagues and friends to find out how are they going to pour joy into the holiday season and the new year. We've got a book list, and to actually claim our space, we're looking at a historical and contemporary context on the Great Migration. We will also have a conversation with our colleague, Mariah McClain, on home ownership and millennials. What's going on there? It's a lot of challenges, but hopefully there's some opportunities. We're going to wind down with an end of year meditation featuring Olivia Scott. So all of these wonderful gifts are for you, from our team to your team. Season's greetings. Have a happy, joyous holiday. And I'd like to give a note of thanks to our Unerased team. You know who you are. April, Alex, Antoinette, Dominica, Levi, Tracy, Mariah, Linda, and Greg. Thank you all for all you do and for being part of the Unerased magic. And to all of you, again, be safe and be joyous.
Well, hello, ladies. Good to see you. Hello. I'll get us started. My name is Mariah McClain. I am the content curator here at Unerased Black Women Speak. And today we have two of my really good friends who I met at Hampton University. We have both Dayon Harris and Camara Johnson, and we are here to talk about Black millennials trying to obtain the white picket fence, right? So I will start off with introducing Dayon. Dayon Harris graduated in 2016 from Hampton, has since graduated from law school as well, passed the bar and is licensed to practice in both Maryland and DC. In addition to all that, she also has her own podcast, Baddies Can Read. It's a podcast for bi-weekly virtual book club for Black women. She recently shared that she has moved into her new apartment, with our group chat, and she found a place that we are going to have our Friendsgiving girls' night. So we're super excited for that, and congratulations, Dayon.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we also have Camara Johnson, also a Hampton graduate, graduated in 2017. Camara then went on to receive her master's from Northeastern University in Boston, and is now an electrical engineer here in DC. Camara also just purchased her new home in DC at the age of 28 and just celebrated her 1-year anniversary in the new place. So congratulations again and welcome, ladies. Thanks for joining the conversation today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
So to set the tone, you all know good and well, right, that it is just so hard as a Black millennial to save up and buy a house. We recently, Unerased recently just published an article talking about, the debt that Black millennials are in, millennials in general, right? And then also the scarcity of homes and how it makes it so difficult to purchase a home. So the average rent, which I'm sure y'all are not surprised about, is $1,800, which is compared to our parents who were paying $482 on average in 1985, which is not fair at all. And, they say that when America has a cold, Black communities have pneumonia. So 2/3 of our white counterparts have or own their homes, whereas less than 1/3 of Black millennials own a home. So it's frustrating. And then on top of that, you all will resonate that Black women have the highest amount of student debt at $1.7 trillion. I'm sure that y'all are actually a big chunk of that because you both went on to get degrees beyond your undergraduate degree. So really this conversation is just to talk about sometimes the unreasonable pressure that we have as young Black women, young Black millennials, and hopefully how we can overcome it. So I'm going to go ahead and start with asking you, Camara. You recently celebrated your 1-year anniversary in your house. Congratulations. Can you share your journey to home ownership and what motivated you to purchase a home in the first place?
I always wanted to buy my own home. That was one of my top goals for by the time I was 35, I said I wanted to own my own home. So I was in Boston for about 3 years. And the rent out there was crazy. I lived not even in Boston proper. I was in Burlington, which is the suburbs. And my rent when I left there, I was in a studio, was over $2,000. So I was like, yeah, no. When I come home, let me save up and get a house. So that's always just been a goal of mine. I did the HPAP program in DC, and that's how I was able to get my home. And that was not easy, but I was determined to get that home. I tried to do NACA at first, but then I ended up going with HPAP.
And can you say what that is for folks who may not know?
Sure. HPAP is a home owners program for DC residents. I think you have to be a resident if you're not from here for 5 years or something like that. And they help with your down payment. They give you a loan. You don't have to start paying that back for 6 years. And when you start paying back on it, there's no interest on it. So that's very helpful for homeowners. You can't be buying it to flip it and make it an apartment. It has to be your home. You have to stay there. And I would have to live here for 5 years. I wouldn't be able to sell it for 5 years based on the HPAP terms. Now it's a little bit tricky because sometimes buyers don't want to work with that program because sometimes the funds can take a while. For me, I wanted to buy a home 2 years ago. I tried the HPAP program. They ran out of funds, so I couldn't even proceed. So I had to wait till the next year for the next round of funds. And thankfully, I was under contract by the time the next batch of funds was released, and I was able to get on that list.
And Dayon, I know that you also just had your own search too, and your own hoops to go through finding an apartment. Can you also describe your experience of what it's like to navigate today's rental market, and how has the high cost of living impacted your ability to save for a home, if that's what you are planning to do?
Yes, I would like to. I am saving, and I would like to purchase a home. The high cost of living definitely has a significant impact. It just makes it difficult to save. There's always another pot to place your money in that takes away from your ultimate saving goals when it comes to down payment or just the fear of our financial status, it's difficult, because you want to anticipate. Again, it's not just the down payment. It's when you're in a home as opposed to an apartment, you have to foot the cost for everything. So, of course, you can have warranties and things like that, but that's just something to think about. And especially, it wasn't mentioned yet, but I'm a mom as well, so I have to always be thinking about, making sure that my child is comfortable and making sure I have the resources still to make sure that all of her needs are met. God forbid she has any emergency needs or just anything that I had to take care of for her financially. So all of that goes into consideration, and definitely plays a part.
Camara, you said earlier you had a goal in the past of buying a house by 35. And I guess my question to that is, was that kind of your goal for yourself? Do you feel like your family played a role in your decision, or your influence to purchase a home? Was that something that was always a goal as a kid because that's something that they said, or was it something that you just strived to do without any type of influence?
Well, my parents bought our house when I was about 10 or 11, I think, maybe. And that was really exciting to me. So I always was just like, can't wait to buy my own house. And I'm going to pick it out like this. So that was always just something I wanted to do because I'm very super independent. And I just was like, I want a house. Like, I don't know when exactly I decided this, but I was like, when I move back home, I'm saving and I'm getting me a house. I don't know. It was very important for me to be a homeowner in DC specifically because I'm like, feel like I'm born in DC, raised in DC and Maryland, and it's the homeowners in DC are changing, demographically, it's changing a lot. So it's very important for me to make sure I got a house here because I just was like, when I have kids eventually, I want them to pass, down this home to them and keep it in the family.
In our theme actually this month is reclaiming our space. So I think what you're really talking about is the gentrification of Washington, D.C., in particular, and the DMV, and just wanting to say, this is mine and this is my space, and it's going to continue to be probably a Black space. So I can appreciate that.
Just to add to echo Camara, I definitely feel that because I feel the same way with my mom. It's like when she was my age, she had owned her own. I said own her own, own her home for several years. And it's just like, wow, you had like me and my brother. And it's just like to compare myself now. So it's just like, you just like, wow, it's like I should be doing better. And not to say that I'm doing like worse, just because I'm not a homeowner than my mom at this age. But to just make those comparisons, it's like, like I would love to check that off the box as well, the same way you did.
Was it hard, Camara, for you to save for a down payment, especially with what we're talking about and the economic challenges that all of us are going through with inflation?
So I was extremely lucky because my aunts let me live with them and I didn't pay rent to them. So I was extremely lucky in that sense. I would give them money here and there, but they really weren't, taking my money. So that was a huge help. If I didn't stay with them rent free, my parents offered as well, but they live further out in Maryland. So that was just going to make my commute too long. But either way, I would have been able to stay at home and not pay rent. So that definitely was a huge help for me saving. Now I kind of think of things in terms of like mortgage payments. So that definitely has changed the way that I spend my money for sure. But I still think it's worth it because it's like, okay, eventually this mortgage will be paid off.
This has been a great conversation. I really appreciate y'all coming on and talking about your thoughts and your processes. Is there anything else that you want to kind of add to this conversation before we close?
I just want to give a tidbit. Well, of course, Camara, congratulations again on 1 year. And I just want to say for people like Camara and other, Black millennials who recognize the importance of keeping ownership within our community, and that it's important to you all, and it's important to me as well when I become a homeowner, but who are really making those sacrifices to do that. I just commend you guys, because some people again feel like that's not, I don't care, I don't need to live somewhere that's becoming gentrified. I'll move to, I'll go elsewhere. So yeah, just shout out to you for staying true to Chocolate City.
Thank you.
Holding your space, and we are reclaiming our space. I love it.
I just want to say there's programs, like I just wish people knew more about the programs and that they weren't kind of hidden, because I feel like people that aren't from DC know about all the programs, and it's like, oh yeah, I got this, and it's like, wait a second. I'm hoping that they I'm just hopeful that the HPAP program and other programs like don't die out, and that there's more of this, because it's doable. You just need the right tools and the right people and the right support.
Definitely.
And thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
For Friendsmas.
Yes, I can't wait. We are doing the thing. So thank you all. I appreciate you taking the time and chatting. And I will see you all very soon.
Hello, my name is Rebbie Davis, and I am a graduating senior, honors English major, philosophy minor from University of Chicago, and I currently attend Camara University. I'm here on behalf of Unerased Black Women Speak to ask people this very important question. When we're talking about claiming our space as an important key to preserving our future, for the holiday and the approaching New Year, how will you pour joy into your space?
I am Lydia Mesfin, a sophomore criminology major, legal communications minor from Shakopee, Minnesota. And I plan on leaning on my support system and looking to the people that care about me to bring joy into my life during the holiday season.
Hello, my name is Nasa Ajware. I'm a junior political science major, philosophy and secondary education minors at Howard University. I plan on bringing joy by just reminding Black women of who they are and all their contributions to various spaces in the world that make the world what it is today.
Hi, my name is Naomi Turner. I'm a junior English major, communications minor, and I'm from Syracuse, New York. I like to pour back into myself just by taking time by myself, at home, maybe watching a movie, or eating a sweet treat. Nothing too crazy. Hi, my name is RJ Marshall, and I'm a senior public relations major, sociology minor from Utah Valley, Georgia. And I plan on pouring back into myself by doing absolutely nothing for anybody else. I need to take care of myself instead of doing what is expected of Black women, which is taking care of everybody else around you.
I invite you right now to, just for a few moments, to bring some awareness to your body. I invite you to close your eyes if you would like. If you would not like, find something in front of you that's unmoving. Find some stillness in your body. Find some stillness in your mind. Find your breath right now. Nothing fancy, no numbered breathing, just find your breath. A simple inhale and exhale. I'd like for us to just go on a brief journey towards joy. If you can find the space, if your eyes are closed, find the space between your two eyebrows to kind of still the monkey brain. Spine erect. Feet, if you will, touching the floor. Palms down or up. And just find your breath. I'm going to guide you for a moment just to kind of get us grounded for a moment and still. Inhale and exhale. Twice more. Inhale and exhale. Last time. Inhale and exhale. I invite you right now to go deep within and think about the year that you have had. We're in December. I want you to kind of go back, think about November, October, kind of go back through September, August, July, June. Go back through all the way until you get to January. I'm going to give you some space to do that. And I want you to do it slowly and think about things you were doing each of those months. Were there spaces that you were emotionally, physically? How did it feel in each of those months? Were there certain people that you were surrounded with in each of those months that brought you joy? As you are traversing through this year, can you think for a moment about at which points you experienced joy in your life? Pure, unadulterated joy. And I'll be silent as you get there. What did that joy look like? What did that joy smell like? What did that joy feel like? And as you have that particular thought, feeling, and smell of joy in your possession in this moment, I invite you to set an intention to live a life that brings you that feeling, that smell, that look of joy more frequently as we prepare to go forward in life, trusting that today is the first day of the rest of our lives. How can we live more joyful lives? What intentions can we set to be around those people, to be in those places and spaces, to feel that way? And as we close this intention setting visualization exercise, I invite you, if you will, to simply bring your chin to your chest as you stretch out your neck, but chin to chest. Prayer hands to your heart if you like, not mandatory, but chin to chest, acknowledging the intention that you've set to live your life with more joy. Namaste.